a little heely bottomy, that. Did you feel it? I've got the bottom of the club slightly out of heel. It's definitely a varied strike going on, isn't there? And a good hit and a bit right, which I would say is a fair pattern, isn't it? You're good, you're either straight or blocking generally, and then it's the variation of strikes, isn't it? How do you strike that one?
Top.
Bit thin, yeah. Heely thin.
Yeah.
So you start 50-50 with your feet on the ground, almost 60 on your front foot. But as soon as you start backswing, you're 50-50. Top of your backswing, which is here, you've got the same pressure on both feet still, pretty 50-50, fraction more on your right. If we look at Day here on the left, he's moved his pressure 80% into back foot. Okay, and then as he starts his downswing, he starts chucking it onto his left, and then it stays there to hit the ball. Now this doesn't mean that he has a massive lateral movement, so he's not like swaying about. It's not that he's doing massive pull-aways from the ball. So we'll do something on the mat in a second just to help you feel that. Obviously the top of your backswing, we see very long arm swing, very long club swing, very loose leg and hip action, knee turning out more. Pressure's looking like it's on the toe of this right foot. So you really like turning into the toe of this one.
Yeah.
Ideally, I'd like it a bit more in the heel. So you can see his trace. It's not his mat trace, because I think it's the shoes he's wearing, isn't that clear? But look at the direction of the line. So see the line, it puts the line of the trace as well. Watch where it goes. So it goes right and then starts burying a bit further into the heel, to the middle of the foot. Where your trace is very straight. So backswing basically just stays. Yeah. And then downswing coming into the ball, 80% front foot here. As Jason comes down in to hit the ball, he's 80% into his front foot as well. So you're definitely keen to get across. If we look at vertical forces, we'll look at the vertical force of yours, because his tags aren't in the right place, but I can show you another swing where he does this. Your vertical force, so pushing up out of the ground, peaks here at 139 when you're just about to hit the ball, so it's peaking a bit late.
Okay.
So we need to get you trying to be a bit more sensible on the floor, which I think will help you get a little bit more sensible with how long and loose it gets, which I think will help you strike it better, basically. Okay, so we're going to turn right down, feeling like you're down into this heel on the back. So don't be afraid if this left one just peels up slightly as well.
Up at the front or up at the back?
So the heel comes up slightly.
Okay.
So if you go, and then, yeah, there you go. You feel how that pushes you more onto your right?
Yeah.
Do it again. There you go. So if you watch the tray, see how you start angling the line more into, this is your heel, this is your toe. So just feel that on the mat, just on your right, yeah, there you go. And then push into the toes. Yeah, so you see that's that part of the trace. So you want to feel that you're turning into that heel. Cool, yeah, so that was 60-40 on the way back. So put the club into a gripped position in your hands. Up to the top of the backswing, feel the same ideas. Stay there. Stay there. So you want to really feel like you're there, you go. So it's like you're trying not to let your right hip kick out and sway.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
So you're not letting it sway to the right. Again, inside of that right heel. Yeah, and then through. Which will make that backswing feel almost more restricted. So again, up to the top and stop with the ball there. Yeah, it's good. That's it. So that's it. So you want to really restrict with this bit. So in effect, what Jason's doing, if I steal this, if you stand just over there, what he's doing is he is basically going like that. You're going. So basically as you move on to the right, because you go beyond your right, you then start turning back onto your left, which is why we're level at the top.
Okay.
What he is doing is he is basically going that way, which looks powerful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So he's basically so he's starting ball here and he's thinking, right, I'm going to go down into this right foot because I want to push up and through. because he's getting that vertical, so he's starting to really push up and peaking his up motion when his club's about here.
Yeah.
But you're spending time going downswing onto your right. You're very similar to me. And then as you get near the ball, you think, I've got to hit this, and you start vertically pulling up.
Yeah.
Trouble is, that definitely leads to a bit of a handle forwards, which is why we see that going off to the right. Cool, and again. Yeah, that's it. Just brace this. Again. Really good. So again, just practice swing that, medium speed it. And again, no ball. Cool, and again. Up to the top and stop. Stay there, that's it. Now the more you try and keep your hands this side of you, what do you reckon that'll do to your weight on the mat? Yeah. So the deepness of your hands, the Parfield move, it starts tipping your weight back to your front foot. So then as you start your downswing, you pull them this way, and then all your pressures has to come back. So they're going, you go back with your pressure, then back to the front foot, then back on your right, yeah. Where if you turned and let everything go behind you, and feel like it stayed this side to then push through, you would have this neater trace, which I think will just crisp up your striking. So I want you to do a couple where you feel like you turning, I want you to get stuff to the right of the ball. Don't let it come back. So you're just going to go to the right of the ball and then back to the left. Because on the way through, obviously, all the mass and everything's over this side, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I want you just to feel so that your hands and the weight of the club and your arms can help you get onto that right side and stay there, and then the downswing start coming back left. Rather than up to the top and stop. Stay there. There you go. Your feet, yeah. So you're feeling like you're keeping stuff over this side, which is going to help you load up this right side to then push through.
Okay.
Yeah, there's lots going again, a bit more seamless, like back and through. Cool. Again, just brace up that right side a bit more, so feel that inside of that foot stopping the sway to the right. Good, through. Yeah, like that, and again. Stay there, so massive, yeah, feel your so your lower body's just really loose. It needs to be a little bit more playing a game, not letting it do what it wants. Stay there, just shorten the arm swing, here you go. So you're starting to get 55 right foot, and it's more in the heel, you can see it there. Yeah. What might this do to your club path? So will it make it go more right or more left? Okay, go to the top of your backswing and stop. Which way's left? Okay, so go top of your backswing and stop. Stay there. Keep your hips where they are, but let me just pop you like that way. Which way are you going to swing there, right or left? Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not left, it's going to go a long way right. Your path generally wants to default left. Because remember, I keep telling you to feel like your right hip goes back. I keep telling you when we play, feel like you're swinging more to the right. And that encourages these movements. We're now just going to try and encourage them a bit more aggressively. Yeah, that's a good hit. Should we have a look at that one? So definitely more into your right heel now. Look at the top right trace. Yeah. It's a little bit toey, but it's better, and it's 75-25 now. Arm swing quite deep still, not quite stabilizing of the hips. Just want to kick across a fraction too much for my liking. Like you're kind of like there, really. Yeah. You're ready to shove the other way. What would happen if you shoved the other way is, so if you started now shoving back towards the target because you were done going to the right, this big purple peak would happen earlier, which would make the rotation happen earlier, which would then make the vertical happen earlier. So all your forces on the downswing are like a fraction late. Does that make sense? But it's because it's so like me, it's hilarious. It's because you're wasting time at the moment, like you're still wasting time at the moment pushing the wrong way. So the club starts and then you start pushing back. And the left hips now start, and the left leg's really like holding on for support, but you're getting back there, like 73% front. There's a lot of good in there. And your verticals peaked slightly earlier there as well. Your vertical peaks at 147, which is those 2 clicks there, which is a fraction earlier. This is why we also see in your swing, sometimes we see your hips are way ahead of your hands.
Yeah.
So stronger hitters at this point would have their hands up in line with their hips. But with your hips wanting to go this way a lot, because they go right a lot, they want to go left a lot. Sometimes they get separated because the hips are too far ahead, everything's gone too far ahead. It was a good one, that last one. Did it feel slower, like you're in it softer? Because we were doing it like gently, the last one, or not?
No.
You felt like you were normal speeds?
I think so, yeah.
Or you just don't know, you weren't really thinking?
Don't really remember.
Okay. Yeah, really good hit. That was good. Caught the ground a little bit, so don't be afraid to be aggressive with your push on the downswing.
Hard.
Yeah, well, you've got to think now, haven't you? You've always played very free. Yeah. I've always let you like really just play. But now you want to have a few lessons and get a like think about getting better. You're going to have to work harder. Stop there. There you go. Across there. That's it. Cool, that's a good shot, that one. Really good shot. So there's a couple of big differences here, which is good. So that's the 2 different backswings. If you look at the left-hand swings, your last one, 75-25 more on right foot, which is good, where you were pretty 50-50 at the top of your backswing still. Obviously the very long arm, loose swing, loose leg swing, you can see the different shape in those 2 is massive. But the one on the left isn't finished yet. And the one on the left is loads better, so you're 73-27 where you were 50-50. Mm-hmm. And you're much closer to the peak of your horizontal. So basically you peak your horizontal, you're now going to start pushing back towards the target here, where this one you're starting to push back that fraction later in your downswing. I mean, it's hard, the one on the right, it's hard to see if you're on your backswing or your downswing there. It's so mixed with where it's pushing. This is loads better on the left, like loads better. And it could be, like I want to see it, like backswings really kind of, you're done there. And don't think of length of swing, think more of arm swing. So hands staying as we look left of your head. Okay. And a little bit more bracing up in your right. Mm-hmm. So you can see see how the red is on the outside of that shoe here. Oh. It could be more middle to front. Okay. Like target side would brace. I like the way the left heel's peeling. See, you really see the toe of your left foot? Yeah. It's a bigger stall on the left, so how much more it comes right down in the bottom here. What's it peaking at? 15% compared to 9s. So basically your left side is like bracing harder on those because you've turned into right and jumped back onto left a bit more, so it's like bracing you nicely. It's good, it's really good. To crisp up those strikes, you definitely need to be getting mutts. I mean, there's your visual difference is kind of here. Yeah. Like it's massively visually different between those 2, which does then translate into some better strikes. Very interesting as well that your club path, your angle of attack isn't quite there, which we can move, but your path became 0.4, so 0 straight. Compared to 5.6 out to in on the first ones. So it did change your path. And then obviously we don't know the strikes of these, but it was much better strike on this 1.28, 90 miles an hour ball speed compared to your, this is the problem, the fizzy, fluffy strikes at 76 ball speed. Clubhead speed jumped as well, 5 miles an hour, 65 clubhead speed compared to 70. So the restricted feeling movement actually makes you put the energies in at the right time. So you're not wasting loads of energy flying about, so you're getting it more on the ball, which is great. So you're getting more energy out while actually feeling, or you're putting more energy in, which in turn will allow you to get more out, while feeling in effect more restricted. It's good, really good.